Hello, welcome to this new video. My name is Martina Vincenzi and I am the founder of the VIP Flight Attendant Academy Private Jet Coach. On today's video, I would like to talk with you about jet styling. So what do we do in order to create a nice environment and a nice atmosphere on board our jet when we come on board? Well, first of all, this is something that we normally do every flight. So every flight according to the day of the week or the moment of the year, or also according to our customer's profile, we can actually arrange something in order to create a certain ambiance, a certain atmosphere that we want them to perceive when they come on board. And how do we do that? Well, you can use many different techniques, many different, let's say, aspects of the five senses of the human body. So, for example, you can play music, you can play a specific type of music, you know, according to your cabin. If you have, for example, five young people around, I don't know, 30 years old flying to Mykonos, well, most probably you're not gonna play Tchaikovsky and Beethoven, right? Because it's pretty clear, because Mykonos is a holiday destination, that they are going there for holiday. So you probably might choose to go for something more engaging, something that is more like dynamic as the profile of your customer, because they are young people and therefore you want to find something in line with the profile of your customers. Another example, if you have, for example, three gentlemen flying a very typical and common route for business, which could be, for example, Milan, London, or Paris, Geneva, for example. This is probably one of the most common routes in Europe for business. Well, you might even decide not to play any music at all, because if it is a work flight, a business type of flight, so they might need, silence and the chance to focus and to concentrate on what they are doing, so on work. Or again, if you're flying around Christmas time, for example, and it happens quite often that around Christmas time you take families towards Santa Claus village in Norway. So children are going there with the objective to deliver the letter to Santa. So clearly you have really to pump it up. You have to enhance the expectation and everything, because they're going to do something very important, something nice, something that is incredible, something that is magic. So it's actually nice in this case if you just play some Christmas music. And therefore, so this is about the music itself. You can also go for something completely different, that could be jazz music or anything that you think they might like. They can also play their own music. There are normally there is this Bluetooth connection with the aircraft system, or also cable connection with the aircraft system, and you can definitely connect your device and play whatever you want. So this is when it comes to music. When it comes to lighting, for example, you might decide to soften the light a little bit for a sunset boarding, for example, or keep the lights low if you are traveling towards again the sunset, so to enjoy the natural light. So you can play with that as well in order to create a more relaxing atmosphere. You can play with smells, so you can place some fresh flowers in the cabin, something that we normally always do. So fresh flowers in the cabin definitely will enhance the perception of the odors that you can smell, apart from the visual beauty that they can gift to us, because flowers are beautiful. So a nice flower composition, a nice orchid or whatever that you have is actually quite nice, and it really helps you to have again a different type of atmosphere in the cabin. And then you can play with colors, so by adding certain elements that can create a sort of a path, a sort of a journey throughout the cabin that your customer can perceive and enjoy. So for example, if you have something special, something like very unique as a piece of furniture, or like a color that is part of the aircraft itself, like a cushion, for example, or a blanket, or I don't know, a vase, or whatever else, you can use that element and play around it. You know, by making connection with maybe something that is played on the video, for example. You know, we have some fixed screens throughout the cabin on a private jet where we normally play the air show, so the evolution of the flights, but it's not mandatory to play the air show. You can also play something else. You can play a movie, you can play I don't know, like a catwalk, you can play the news, you can play whatever your customer wants. And so therefore, maybe you know, find out like a video that somehow has the same color of this vase, for example, that you have placed on the credenza on your private jet, or the same color as the cushions that are on board the private jet. This little connection is actually what makes you know, that at the end of the day makes sense, and they are telling to the customer that you have checked even that little small detail, because this is what it's all about: the meticulousness, the capability to find the universe in one detail. So just a little detail that actually change completely the perception of the ambiance of the jet, of the flight itself, and that can create something memorable. It can make you feel particularly comfortable, it can make you feel particularly warm, it can make you feel particularly happy. Obviously, you are trying to give them nice and positive sensations, right? So this is what we do, and as I say, we can do in many different ways. We certainly do every flight. I'm not saying that every flight has to be different. You know, sometimes it's just nice just to repeat whatever worked, so you don't have to get completely crazy every flight trying to figure it out what to do next. But you know, you can maybe find something that you have a feedback, that you have a positive feedback from your customers, and maybe develop onto that. So stick onto that, but maybe changing every now and then something, just to create a different approach, okay, a slightly different approach that can be a completely different and new experience for your customer. Well, I hope that this video helped you out in doing something. Oh, before I forget, another thing that is quite important is the position of the seats, so the orientation of the seats. You know, the seats on a private jet, they can be orientated completely 180 degrees, so they can be turned, if they are forward facing, they can be turned and be after facing. You can just get them orientated in such a way that they result as a warm welcome for you. You know, they're not in line with the wall of the jet, but they are orientated slightly towards, let's say, inboard, towards the center of the aisle, so as an invitation for you to sit down. This is very welcoming, and it's just a small little detail, which is the orientation of the seat. How long does it take to orientate the seat like that? So probably 3 seconds. So it's, again, a very small detail, but that can make a world of a difference. Well, now is the time to say goodbye. Thank you very much for watching this video. As always, if you do not want to miss any other of my future videos, please do subscribe to my channel. And if you have any questions regarding business aviation and the corporate industry, please feel free to reach out. Baci baci!